YTBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. And this is my second of my third video, okay? And after I produce these three videos, basically, guys, I'm just pretty much, hey, I'm trying to figure out how to start a debate platform and, man, to kind of get some stuff cracking in the YTBC, man, so we can take some of this energy and use it for debating, because that's what we need to do. But the topic of this video is, how to have a successful YouTube channel. Okay, so Ticket and Jade, they kind of gave their steps to have a good YouTube channel. And I don't even think that I can even match what they said. I can't. I mean, because they pretty much hit everything on the head. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually spin it a completely different way. Okay? Here, I'm going to talk about four channels, maybe five, that I noticed that they're very successful channels. They're very, very successful, and they do a great job of really just being a good channel. Okay, I'm gonna talk about Dante's Boxing Nation, Boxing Ego. I'm gonna talk about 78 Sports TV. I'm gonna talk about Ellie Setback, and I even think Blood Boxing is a very, very good, successful channel. Okay, so how do these guys get to where they're at? Okay, these are some of the attributes that I've learned by watching these channels. These are a lot of attributes, and guys, please listen up, because I would have never, I never thought my channel would never grow to over 500 people listening to what I'm saying. I just never thought it would, because I didn't think that what I was saying was important enough. But listening to 78, listening to Blood, listening to Dante, I mean, listening to these guys lay the blueprint. These guys done all drop videos on laying the blueprint for a successful channel. And all I did was I took the blueprint and I ran with the blueprint. I don't copy their videos. I don't do any of that stuff. But I took the words, the wisdom that they said. Listen, this is what you need to do to make a successful channel. So the first thing I'm gonna start in is what these guys have. They all possess. All of these guys that I talk about is they have a level of integrity. Okay, integrity is something that you have. Like, you're not gonna sell out. I mean, these guys, I've been subscribed to their channels for a long time. I mean, a very long time. And I was with, all these channels that I mentioned when they were right about 6 or 7 thousand subscribers. I was right there. Okay, I was subscribed to their channels. I never commented. I just listened. But I was subscribed to these guys for a long time. And when they were at 6 and 7 thousand subscribers, guess what? They said the same thing. Now these channels are 20 and 30,000 subscribers big, and guess what? They say the exact same thing. See, when AdSense came in, it didn't change these guys. These guys, they still quote the exact same message every time they drop a video. The message is the same. They don't change. They don't change their ways. The way they started their channel is the way that their channel is right now. Okay? They don't change. They have a lot of integrity. So that's the first thing you got to have, is have integrity. And, yes, I use AdSense. Okay? I'm a firm believer that if you spend time on dropping a video, and if YouTube can make money off your video, because even though a lot of y'all don't know that when you take the commercials off of it, they still make money. YouTube still make money off your videos, okay? And maybe in another video I can actually explain how that works. But I just feel like if you drop a video, okay, you can get compensated for it. It's okay. But they don't let the AdSense get into them. And that's the one thing that I learned when I start making videos. Have integrity. The second thing that these guys do is that they grind. They are always on the grind. They're always, I mean, these guys, they're nonstop. See, that's why they're so successful in their normal lives. Because all the guys that I talked to y'all, that I just called them out and told you about their channels, these guys are very highly successful men. They have a lot of financial income. These guys, they have a lot of things. They have it in life. They have it in life, and they took their same expertise in being successful in life, and they just applied it to YouTube. These guys are always on the grind. They're not always on YouTube either. Believe it or not, they make their money on YouTube. They do what they do on YouTube, but they're not always on YouTube because they have other things that they do. Okay, but they grind, man. I've never really, just looked at a bunch of channels where the group of men, the group of black men, they work hard. These guys work hard. They work extremely hard to get what they have. I mean, 78 worked hard to get where. I mean, this dude done did so many debates in the Lions Den for hours, man. This guy's debating for hours, okay? He dropping video. He doing interviews. I mean, Dante is always on the road, man. He always on the road. This guy's never home, okay? Dante got a son that boxes, man, but Dante is on the road a lot, man. Just trying to, he's on his grind. And Dante does that radio show. I mean, I can't knock a guy that's grinding, okay? That's his gig. Ego is always on the grind. You see, these guys that I mentioned, they've laid the blueprint. They told you how to go get it. See, they're telling you how to keep a successful channel. They're telling you exactly what you need to do. You see, there are a lot of people that get on here, they clown, they buffoon, and they act like a bunch of damn fools on here. And they get these, and I call these temporary subs. Because really, when subscribers, they actually see that your videos have no substance to them, they stop watching or they unsubscribe. And I noticed that, that some channels, like they blow up real fast, but then it's almost like some of these channels, they lose a lot of people. And there are a couple of channels right now in the YTBC that people know that the channels are not authentic. They're not being genuine. They're being something that they're not. And those are temporary subs because when you run out of entertainment, those subs go and they go to other channels or they just stop watching you. Okay? But these guys, the gentlemen that I talked about, they built their foundation on solid, just solid. They were solid. They kept their integrity and they grind. See, when you have an integrity, when people come to your channel and they subscribe to you, they're with you because they believe that you have some kind of integrity. And if you don't have that, people, they're going to figure that out quick. One thing now, we got a lot of different personalities in the YTBC. It's a lot. But one thing that I can give a lot of people in the YTBC, even people that I don't gel with that good, they can see somebody who have no integrity. Okay? They don't have any integrity. They don't really care about the quality of the videos that they put out. They just put them out. And another thing, Dante, man, you have to go back and search his archives it's way back in the archives, but he even dropped a video on the things you need to be good at this thing. He told you, okay? Another thing that you have to do is you actually have to have some passion. Like you have to be passionate about the sport of boxing. And there are some people like I won't subscribe to their channels because I can listen to them and tell that they don't have that passion. They don't have that drive that we have to put out the best content because we love boxing. Okay, none of us are here for the AdSense. I'm not. I mean, I'll use it, yeah, and I'll use a little bit off it, and I get a little bit, but that's not my reason. That's not a purpose. I really love the sport of boxing. I love just doing different things on my channel. Like it's something that I love to do, and and they say if you love something, do it for free. Well, 78 and those guys, they did it for free for a long time, but they have passion, y'all. And I hear this all the time. Blood Boxing, he will subscribe to a channel. He may not really agree with their views, but the guy will subscribe because the person is very passionate about what they're saying. And I've really grown to respect that, about what he does. These guys, they have all the passion and drive in the world, man. The videos that these guys put out, man, it's amazing that these guys, and here's another thing, you have to have talent. Now, somebody asked me, Coach, when I got to 500 subscribers, somebody asked me, Coach, do you have to have talent to make videos in YouTube? No, you don't. Now, if you ask me, do you need talent to be successful at YouTube? Yeah, you do. Okay? Guys, Dante said it. I say it. You got to have microphone skills. If you don't have microphone skills, y'all, you got to be able to address an audience. I mean, that's one thing that I've learned by making these videos. You got to have microphone skills. And now, but have no fear, if you don't have the mic skills, you can acquire them. You can learn how to have mic skills. But you got to have mic skills, okay? And some people, they just have it, and some people don't. There are some people that they drop their first video, they got microphone skills. They know how to address the audience. They know how to put the So I'm giving y'all technical stuff, what you need to have a successful YouTube page. I'm trying to tell you. And this is not something that I'm coming up with, y'all. This is something that these guys, these OGs in the YTBC, they point blank, they've laid out the blueprint. They've laid it out. They've laid it out. They told you, look, I'm going to put this in your lap. What you going to do with it? Okay? All y'all talk about how y'all want to be big like them. Okay, well, they told you. You got to get off your ass. You can't sit back on your ass and say, I want to have a successful YouTube channel, but then, you ain't doing that. All you doing is sitting back on your behind talking junk. You can't do it. You can't do it. And two, some people run around here, they buy subs and buy views. That's one thing Coach Shelton Harrison will never do. Okay? Every video that I did it, and you know what? I did it with passion and I did it with drive. I ain't got to buy no subscribers, man. I ain't got to do that. Like, because if you buy them, y'all, it's almost like using an anabolic steroid. It's just like that. For a while you get the short-term benefits, but then what happened, y'all, is that when the drug wears off, you don't really have a channel anymore. Because everything that you talked about, you built it on a lie. Integrity. Integrity builds a channel, y'all. I mean, people, I can sit here and talk about this all day, but you got to have that. So number one, you got to have integrity. Number two, okay, you got to grind. You got to work at it. You got to put video after video up, and putting a bunch of videos up on your channel is not an easy thing to do. And some days you don't feel like doing it, but you have to do it. You got to consecrate yourself, make your videos, and drop your videos. That's what you got to do. You trying to have a successful channel, right? Okay then. Okay, and I think that if you have more than 500 subscribers, I even think if you got 100 subscribers, you can tell somebody how to have a successful page. Because the same formula that you use to get 100 subscribers, you do the same thing to get 500. Guys, it's not rocket science. This really not. Dante and Ego and 78, they'll tell you it's not rocket science. It's just you do a little bit of work, and once the channel gets popping and cracking, then your channel begins to grow exponentially. That's what, we're experiencing. A lot of us are. Our channels are growing. If you even got 100 subs, you can pretty much tell somebody how to grow a channel. You already got it figured out. And the last thing I'm going to say is, I'm not going to sell out. I don't care how much money, I'm not finna sell out. Like, I'm not finna sell my soul for a couple of dollars, man. I can't do it. I mean, I can't sell my soul, man. I got to be who I am. I can't be somebody else. I'm Coach Shelton Harrison. That's who I am. And when people listen to me talk, and I appreciate everybody who listened to my videos. I appreciate all of y'all that listen to these videos, but I'm who I am. My name is Coach Shelton Harrison, okay? I'm just my own man. I make my videos how I want to make my videos. If I want to make a video, I'll make a video. If I choose not to make a video, then I won't do it, okay? That's just how it is. But I'm who I am. Okay, I'm who I am, I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to stay who I am. And that's just it. I'm not influenced. I'm not influenced by anything. I do what I want to do, and I beat to my own tune. I do it. Okay? But you got to understand it, because people can see right through you. They can see if you're trying to play a role of a character that you're really not. The only person that you're good at being is yourself. And I figured that out. I've been myself since the first time I started this channel. And I will be myself when I decide to stop putting videos on this channel. Okay? I'm just myself. I got these things, guys. All I did was listen to somebody else who does it better than me. That's Dante. That's Ego. That's Blood. That's 78. That's Ellie Setback. They all do it better than me. I just took their blueprint, and I'm using their blueprint. I'm having integrity. I'm having passion. My mic skills, I feel like they're getting better, or they're good enough to where, I can actually address an audience properly. People, these are the things you need. You don't need to sell out. You don't need to act like a buffoon. You don't have to be an Uncle Tom. You don't have to be a KKK person to build your channel. You can build your channel the right way, and you can do it on your own principles, and you can do it in your good conscience, knowing that you didn't have to sell your soul. You didn't have to act like a clown. You didn't have to be an Uncle Tom, and you didn't have to act like a skinhead. And that's just the way that is. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.